New tonight at 10, the NOAA team trying to detangle a whale off the coast of Dutch Harbor are finally able to set it free tonight. What they have to say about their efforts. Also tonight, a mother spoke with us at Anchorage jail court after testifying in the arraignment of a 41-year-old man who allegedly exposed himself to her 4-year-old daughter.
Well, we have seen additional precipitation, but it's been more in the form of rain. We'll talk about those totals coming up.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
The moment a line trapping a whale was cut, captured on camera. This video coming in from NOAA in the last few hours showing us the reward of hours of work their team put into rescuing the whale who got entangled near Unalaska since at least early this week. Good evening. We're going to bring you all that new video of the whale rescue in a few minutes. First, we want to check in on the weather as we might be getting close to a record-breaking winter for snowfall in Anchorage. Meteorologist Jackie Purcell joins us now with those latest stats as well as a first look at our forecast. Jackie.
Well, we're definitely in the top 3 snowiest winters, and our latest snowfall got us a little closer to the top. Let's check.
Thank you so much, Jackie. We look forward to it. We have an update to developing news we brought you earlier tonight about a man now arraigned for alleged indecent exposure to a 4-year-old girl at an Anchorage gym. 41-year-old Natchez Dunlap was arraigned in jail court this afternoon after being arrested for alleged indecent exposure and touching himself in front of a 4-year-old girl in February. This at the Alaska Club's South Anchorage location. The judge denied the public defender's request to lower the bail from $5,000 to $3,000 and made a court-approved third-party custodian a requirement of release. We asked the mother of the 4-year-old how her daughter is doing. You're going to see a blurred face. This is to protect the identity of her daughter because of the sexual nature of the alleged crime.
Much better than she was after it initially happened, but now that grand jury is coming up, we have been talking with her a lot at home about what's going to happen and what she can expect, and it's increasing her anxiety again because she doesn't want to do that. She doubts whether certain behavior is appropriate.
I'm here by myself. My mom passed away. I don't have any family in Alaska. So GPS and homebound, I don't have a flight risk because how can I catch a flight out of Alaska if I'm on GPS, or I promise I will make all my birthdays.
Dunlap's next court appearance is scheduled for 1 Thursday afternoon. A 3-year-old boy drowned in Togiak yesterday. Troopers say he had been playing by the bay with another child. He fell into the water and was unresponsive when an adult pulled him out. He was pronounced dead at the clinic in Togiak. Government records show that Southwest Alaska historically has the highest rate of drowning deaths. Between 2019 and 2021, 40 people drowned in that region. As lawmakers get ready to debate a more than $11 billion proposed operating budget, PFD changes are not likely. $2,300 is the third largest PFD proposal in state history, less than the $3,500 the governor proposed to lawmakers. Some House minority members proposing lesser amounts between $1,100 and $1,370, citing concerns that high payouts could take funding away from vital services such as education. Nome Democrat Representative Neil Foster's amendment for a full statutory PFD, similar to the $3,500 Governor Dunleavy proposed in his budget, also failed. Another cut includes $1.5 million earmarked for the state's statehood defense program, which funds lawsuits against the federal government. A cut of $5 million requested by Governor Mike Dunleavy's administration for the Alyeska Reading Academy. $7.5 million was added to the budget for grants to child care centers, and $4 million was rejected and then adopted to help fund year-round operations at Anchorage homeless shelters. Also in the bill is one-time funding of $680 to increase the per-student funding formula known as the BSA. This funding will go away if the legislature passes an education bill with a BSA provision in it. The governor had previously vetoed a prior education bill passed by lawmakers that had a $680 BSA. Now back to what House Finance Committee members reconsidered as a $4 million request from the Anchorage mayor and assembly to keep a homeless shelter open year-round. This comes after members rejected the proposal earlier in the week, calling it not a good use of state money. Representative Andy Josephson asked for the reconsideration, pointing to the need to keep the former Solid Waste Services building open as a low-barrier shelter through mid-October. Without the funding, the shelter would have to close at the end of April. Changing his vote this time around, committee member Bryce Edmond acknowledged Anchorage inherits some of its homeless population from other communities. In a statement, the Bronson administration said, quote, "This is a significant need that we face, and I really appreciate the attention the legislature is giving the issue that affects all of Alaska." The unofficial numbers for the municipal election have been updated tonight. In the race for mayor, Suzanne LaFrance still in the lead with more than 36% of the votes, followed closely by incumbent Mayor Dave Bronson with 35%. These unofficial results show Bronson emphasizing the possibility of a runoff. Proposition 1 is still in favor of funding for the Anchorage School District. The votes staying stable with about 52% voting yes. With just more than 58% supporting Prop 5, that's passing. It would mean $1.5 million to reconstruct the roof and renovate the heating delivery system for the Anchorage Police Department's Elmore Station. On the other hand, Prop 8 is failing with more than 61% saying no to funding $5 million for the installation of outdoor public restrooms. And coming up this Monday, the total lunar eclipse will cut across the U.S. You can't see it in Alaska, but you can see it on Alaska's news source, Channel 2, Channel 5, and on our online live stream. We will have a live look at the total eclipse. Tune in Monday morning with the live stream starting at 9:30 with an additional coverage at 10 on television. Tonight, the U.S. is cautiously welcoming Israel's commitment to open more aid routes into Gaza after a tense phone call between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The president declining today to answer whether he'd threaten Netanyahu with stopping military aid. The steps Israel has taken today include opening a crossing to allow aid into northern Gaza, using a port in southern Israel as a supply hub, and allowing trucks from nearby Jordan to bring aid through Israel into Gaza. The Israeli military has removed 2 officers from their posts and reprimanded 3 others after this week's deadly strike that killed 7 workers from Chef Jose Andrews' World Central Kitchen. Hostage talks are set for this weekend as senior administration officials say the president is urging the leaders of Egypt and Qatar to press Hamas for a deal. And a look from a camera on top of the Statue of Liberty as an unusual East Coast earthquake shook millions of people from New York and Philadelphia skyscrapers to rural New England on Friday, causing no widespread damage, but startling an area unaccustomed to tremors. The U.S. Geological Survey said more than 42 million people might have felt the mid-morning quake with a preliminary magnitude of 4.8 centered near White House Station, New Jersey, or about 45 miles west of the New York City and 50 miles north of Philadelphia. Up next on the news at 10, the details on how the team from NOAA freed the whale that was entangled earlier this week. We've got the video of it all happening. And Melissa Fry brings us Weather Lab from kindergartners and Wonder Park Elementary School. Welcome back. The moment a whale was freed from an unknown line in Iliolic Bay caught on camera. Look at your screen right there. The young humpback whale, trapped in a line about 700 miles from Anchorage in the Aleutians, had been stuck since at least Monday. You can see in this video here as the line was cut and the whale freed. A rescue team of biologists, whale experts, Coast Guardsmen, Alaska State Troopers, and many others helped in the efforts to free this 30-foot marine mammal. We spoke with the NOAA team tonight about the moments after the animal was freed.
He definitely has some cuts at the base of his tail, but he swam off at a pretty good clip once he recognized that he was free.
Officials are working on identifying exactly what kind of line was trapping the whale to help them determine how it got stuck. What a nice ending to a scary situation near Unalaska. We turn things over to Jackie Purcell now to join us with a full look at her statewide forecast. Jackie?
Kind of an odd thing that I happen to have a whale-shaped cloud photo to share with the state of Alaska. This is out of the Gamble-Savunga area, St. Lawrence Island. David Achaeus sharing that with us. Said it's the spring whale migration. But I don't know, David. Maybe those whales saw that there's still a little winter going on. Maybe they turned around and started heading back, and this is just a sign. But thank you. What a beautiful shot. Colors are amazing there in the foreground. Now, for the...
It's been there almost 6 years, but what it is still a mystery to a lot of people who frequent Anchorage's Loussac Library. Art may be in the eye of the beholder, but what we all see is not the vision you or I might perceive, and as you'll see, that's all right.
What is it? That's what a lot of people might say as they walk into the atrium of the Z.J. Loussac Library.
What is it? Is it an alien? Is it a vegetable?
No, what?
From the cafe view, Andrea?
I thought it had to do with Harry Potter.
Well, there's that quote, but get people to look up.
Or maybe a plant, like a space plant that's coming down and kind of crawling out from the building.
Is that a flower?
Like a seed of knowledge.
A bit of confusion sets in and even brain freezes.
A tree thing?
Could be, but what we see in this art is what we bring to the table.
It kind of looks like a plant to me.
But sometimes looking at this, nothing clicks.
Got nothing.
Got nothing?
Got nothing.
But this is something, right? So I talked to the person who's in the know, the library's Misty Rose Nesvik.
It is technically an eyeball, and those are kind of the optic nerves going back into your brain. And
I had no idea.
Andrea, you're not alone. Oh, and it has a name.
and thus the name Portal of Perception.
Portal of Perception. My Cape friend here, Quinn, had a few thoughts once I enlightened him.
I'll tell you what it is. It's an eyeball.
Oh, okay.
So now we know, when you come to the library...
Maybe we should all just look up to see what's looking back at us.
The eyeball.
So the great thing about the art is that it changes no matter what level that you're on. You get a different view of the different pieces and the details that are there. So it's really interesting to move from level to level.
Oh, there's that perception perspective thing, and so many ways to view this mobile of knowledge and its moving parts. Moby Dick, an Alaskan kayak, molecules, symbols, and flowers. And if you look real close, details.
Like that little Lego crew sitting on the whaling ship.
A Lego crew, who knew? Ahoy, Lego mateys.
I mean, it kind of looks like a droplet of water.
A mobile?
So maybe it's the pondering that greases the wheels of introspective wonderment.
I mean, now it all makes sense. The nerves, like, yeah.
I like it.
The good news, we don't always have to see things the same way, and guess what? That's okay. I'm Dave Allgood, and portals...
You have, like, representations of science, religion, history, music.
And perceptions are...
Portal of Perception.
The Allgood News.
And that portal of perception is a tiered sculpture or giant mobile designed by Richard Cawley Studios out of Portland, Oregon. It does have true Alaskan culture objects. The kayak was created by Alaskan artist Andrew Abayo, and the wooden dinosaur is a duck-billed hadrosaur, which lived on the North Slope. We'll have the latest in sports after the break. Spring will get here eventually, right?
I think it's a dual season right now. Spring and a little bit of leftover winter.
Whatever you call it, it's perfect for snowball throwing.
Yeah.